Hey everybody, Austin back again with another Let's Play video. Today, I've got something a little bit different for you, and this is Princess Rescue for the Atari VCS or 2600. Now, if it looks sort of familiar, well, this is sort of a Atari 2600 take on Super Mario Brothers. Now, this is something I never ever thought I'd ever see on the Atari 2600. But this is a recently released homebrew by I believe his name is Chris Spry. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Sorry if I did not, Chris, if you happen to stumble across this video. And yeah, this is available through Atari Age, and it was recently released. I ordered my card a couple weeks back, just got it today, and you know, it gave me a really good excuse to bring out the 2600 again. And so here we are now. Yeah, basically this is Super Mario Brothers on the Atari 2600. Now, it's not an exact clone or something like that. It's a homebrew built from the ground up, and it's sort of a recreation or a homage to the classic NES game on the Atari 2600. Now, the 2600 was not meant to do games like this. I mean, some of the earliest games included, well, combat for one. Simple, I guess, object-based games where you'd probably have two movable objects, a projectile, maybe some background blocks, and that was about it. And so what you see here in this game is really just something, it's really something else. It's not anything I ever thought I'd see on the system. Now, don't get me wrong, there's been some incredible homebrews in the last few years on the system, but this is just, I don't know, something about it. Maybe it's because Super Mario Brothers was one of the first, I don't want to say one of the first games I played, but it was one of the first ones I really obsessed over as a kid. And just seeing it sort of in form on the 2600 is just, it blows me away. Chris, you did an awesome job on this game, just from the couple of levels I've tried before shooting this video. And for those of you guys that haven't really been to Atari Age, I highly recommend you check them out. You can buy pretty much brand new homebrews. You can also buy reproductions. There's a whole lot of stuff there. And this game I got actually came with a cartridge with a full color label, and it came with an instruction manual as well. Now, that's actually pretty standard for Atari Age, but what was really cool about Princess Rescue, and I'll show some footage of that for you, is that it was a big manual. It was like 7 or 8 pages or something like that. And Atari Age manuals are usually just maybe, you know, just a fold out, 2 pages, something like that, maybe 3 if you're lucky. But this actually had a lot more go into it, and they have like enemy descriptions and pictures of them and all that. Very cool stuff, and I highly recommend you check that out. You can also get a boxed copy of this game. I think it's on pre-orders right now. I'm not sure, you know, what the deal is with that, but you can order a boxed copy as well. It's a little bit more expensive. One really interesting feature about this game, and it even shows it in the instruction manual, is that you can use a Sega Genesis controller with this game. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Austin, well, duh, you can use Sega controllers on the Atari 2600 and the 7800. But no, this game was actually programmed to take advantage of 2 buttons on the Sega Genesis controller, whereas, you know, the Atari 2600 joystick only had 1 button. So, if you have the Sega Genesis controller plugged in before you power the system on, when you do power it on, it'll recognize both B and C. So, if you normally use the Atari joystick, from what I read, pressing down makes you duck, the button, I think, makes you jump, and then holding up makes you run. So it's a little awkward trying to play it with a joystick. But if you play it with a Sega Genesis pad, which is actually the recommended way to play, you have 2 separate buttons, just like you did on the 8-bit NES. Very cool stuff, and I'm not sure if any other 2600 homebrews did that. So anyway, guys, without further delay, I've actually got the 2600 hooked up to my VCR, which is then output back to my capture card. Basically, the 2600 is going in through the basic coax connection, and then that's being converted inside my VCR to a composite signal, which is then going into my capture device through the composite port. So the video footage on this isn't going to look the best. It's going to look blurry. It might blink every now and then. So for that, I apologize, but hey, it's the Atari 2600, you know, what can you really ask for? I don't have mine AV modded in any way, So I'm just kind of doing it the old school way. And yeah, I'll add some, you know, brightness and contrast and things like that, so it shouldn't be so gray and muddy. But yeah, I think it'll get the job done. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit a button and jump right into the game. Yeah, it tells you your levels and your lives and all that. And here we go. It's even got music. And yeah, so here's me pressing the B button. And it doesn't really matter how long you hold it. You always jump at the same height from what I can tell. And here's me walking. But if I hold the C button, I run. You can see I'm a lot faster. And what's actually kind of interesting is, just like in the NES game, if you're running and you've got momentum, you'll actually jump higher than you will if you just jump regularly. Now that little yellow bar at the bottom, I think is actually my time meter. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to book it. Let's kill this Goomba. Of course, he actually renamed all the enemies as to not, you know, get into trouble with Nintendo, naturally. Because they've been kind of going crazy with protecting their rights these days. These yellow blocks are your basic, you know, power blocks from the NES game. And when you're Big Mario, just like in the classic NES game, you can break blocks, and they actually give you points. And I think the manual said it was 10 points a block. Ah, the blocks respawn. Well, it's a good thing there's a time meter, because otherwise you could just kind of go back and forth, I'm sorry, back and forth, and just milk the points over and over. So it's good that there's a time meter, just like the NES game. And it doesn't appear that there are any mushrooms or fire flowers in this game. I mean, as far as actual pickups, they pretty much activate right away, just like right now, I got the fire flower. They pretty much activate right away once you hit the yellow block, which is pretty cool. This is so crazy. I just never thought I'd ever see this game in particular running on the 2600, and running as well as it does. Look, I just got the power star. Oh, it disappeared. You can only expect so much. It's the 2600. You do have to be a little careful. From the couple levels I tried, it can get really slippery, and some of the blocks are actually really tiny, like these ones right here. So you have to be really careful when you're running around. Look, there was even a coin, which added to my time, apparently. You can get points for jumping on enemies. There's the flagpole. Oh man, this is just... I never ever thought I'd see this game on the 2600. Now, the 2600, I believe, did have the original Mario Bros., which was the original arcade Mario Brothers game, where it was a single screen game. You could play two players at the same time. Enemies would come out of pipes, and you'd have to hit them from the bottom. That was actually a game I played a lot as a kid. I had it on the NES, and it was a fun game. But you can get that on the 2600. You can also get it on the 7800. And maybe even the 5200. I don't remember. So yeah, if you have a Sega Genesis controller, and if you've played any kind of Mario game before, I don't think it should be actually too difficult to pick up on this game. As long as you kind of play carefully, because again, like right here, Mario is so big when you're in his big form that it's easy to fall down holes accidentally. So, and I'd suggest, from what I've been playing so far, is not holding on the run button unless, well, just don't hold on the run button when you're near pits, because you might end up losing control. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. You can get, stars from just your regular blocks, which is pretty cool. I was under the impression that only the yellow blocks would do anything. So it's good to even just bounce around and just try to, you know, smash anything with your fist, just like in the original Mario Brothers, or Super Mario Brothers. And look, there's an Atari Fuji symbol on the flag. I just noticed that. That's cool. Now, I think I read that this game, I think it has 16 levels. So, you know, I should theoretically be able to blow through this game, depending on, you know, how difficult the game gets. Oh, he falls off. And it looks like the sort of platform detection is a little forgiving. Like, I didn't actually hit the, or I'm sorry, get to the platform top all the way, but I managed to still kind of latch onto it, which was pretty cool. That's what I wanted to do the first time. Uh-oh. Oh! That caught me off guard. There was a spring out of nowhere. That was cool. Oh, man. I'm actually really impressed with this game. And I like how the color palette's changed. And look at that, the red ones, they don't actually go off the edge, just like in the original game. Wow, very nice attention to detail. That's not something I would have, you know, ever guessed from a VCS title like this. It's very true to the NES game. It's, oh look, you got the thwomps from Mario 3. That is awesome. Oh man, this was actually... I remember watching a... Ooh, that was bad. I remember watching a video of this game before actually buying it, and I don't remember seeing things like that. Or maybe they were there and I just don't remember, because it's been a few weeks, but... Another Fuji symbol. That's awesome. Boss fight? Yeah? Holy crap, there's a boss fight on the 2600 game. If you haven't been able to tell yet, this is the first time I've really played this game. Alright. Did I beat him? I got him. Well, I've gotten no extra lives so far, so I'm not sure if they actually exist in this game. So we'll find out. You know, I thought I'd actually be able to bolt through this game, but I actually died a few times, so... maybe I will not complete this game. Aw, the yellow blocks disappeared. Huh, different kinds of enemies. Look at that. Oh, I think I just got an extra life. To go down the green pipes, you do it the exact same way. Oh, you can still hit them from the bottom with Small Mario. Sweet. Oh! And actually, the character's name and all the enemies in this name, all the enemies in this game, their names have been changed. Like this, your main character is called like BJ or something like that. But I'm gonna keep calling them Mario and, you know, Goombas and whatever, just because, I mean, that's what I'm familiar with, so... just for reference's sake, that's what I'm gonna do. You can sort of do like a little slide, kind of like in the original Super Mario Brothers. I figured that one out when I did a test video, just to make sure, you know, the footage was coming in right and everything like that. Oh, there, okay. Those are basically the shielded guys, just like in the old game. Ooh, slow down! Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I have to say, playing this with the Genesis controller is probably the preferred way to play this game, because I can't really imagine doing this with a 2600 controller. So there's like a way to stomp or something like that, or... Ugh. Get down there. Oh, come on, really? Am I doing something wrong? Oh, I see. Wow, that's clever. Look at that. That was very clever. Ran out of time. That might be game over, actually. Oh, look at that. Alright, we'll do it again. Oh, look at that. You get continues. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh! That was bad. I don't think I was holding the run button there. The controls are a little, I don't know, I don't want to say sluggish, but maybe not quite as responsive as I would like. But I mean, I can't really complain. You can't really expect too much from, I mean, this scale of a game on the VCS. I mean, it's just, yeah. But it doesn't... Oh, that was bad. Alright, let's make him respawn, because he obviously has to be there, as we just discovered a minute ago. Wonder if you can hop on him again when he's bouncing like that. Nope, apparently not. I was just testing it out. Because you can in the classic games. Now, as I was saying, that my controller, it doesn't feel like it's super responsive, but I think I'm not sure if it's due to a lot of objects in the screens, or if maybe it's just my my controller, which could very well be possible. Oh, look at that, bullet bills. But I was gonna say that it could very well be possible because I don't really ever use the 3-button controller. I always use the 6-button, the official Sega branded one. From the actual mid-90s and early 90s. So, I mean, it could very well just be my controller. It's gonna be kind of tricky. Okay. It also seems that when you try to jump above the top of the ceiling, you actually don't go above the screen like you do in the classic game. So you actually kind of get stuck from what I can tell. Let's see if I can run across these pits. Oh, you can! Very nice. Just like the original game. Oh, that was bad. Let's try this again. So it apparently stops when you land on it, so... that's what I wanted to do, okay. Pipe? Yep, that's a pipe. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes because all the blocks kind of look the same. Okay, so you can actually start running when you're in midair, apparently. Oh, that was bad. I actually pressed jump, and he actually didn't jump in time. Yeah, you can actually start running in midair. That's good to know. I love how he's duplicated the music. I mean, the sound chip inside the 2600 is so bad, but just hearing the 2600 renditions of these tracks is awesome. Oh, that was bad too. Mario is so big that it's hard for him to get through that gap. We'll try it again. Oh, that was bad too. So don't jump on the shell a second time straight from above, because the second it starts to move, once you hit it, it actually turns into basically a dangerous object that can hurt you. And that's what happened. Oh, whoa! Unresponsive controls again. Oh, that was... I wonder how many continues you get, if it's unlimited or... Oh, it looks like it continues me automatically. I wonder how the power-up system works, because I hit a lot of these blocks and I'm not turning big. I wonder if it has anything to do with that meter on the bottom right. I glanced at the manual before loading this game, and I didn't actually read the entire thing. You know, I checked out some of the enemy names and the whole deal about the Sega controller. The Sega controller. So I'm not quite sure how the power-up system works exactly. Obviously, hitting the yellow blocks is what you want to go for. Ooh, that was weird. But I'm not sure if it has anything to do with that bottom right yellow block. And it doesn't appear that you can go to bonus stages, or at least not yet, not that I found out. Like, I'm trying to go down in these pipes and it's not doing anything, so... Got it. Hey, they were there last time. That's interesting. Huh. They were completely gone last time. That's pretty cool. So, I don't know if that was on purpose or maybe it was a glitch in the game the first time I got there, but if it's on purpose, that's pretty neat. That's a little bit of randomization. Keep things fresh. Keep you on your toes. Only question is, how am I going to do this? Okay, got it. Yeah, the second he touches the top of the screen, he kind of starts moving really slow. So that's making those last jumps kind of tricky, actually. And I like how he's incorporated these platforms where you don't actually bust them, so that kind of mixes things up too. So really well done there. There's the spring. That's cool. And it's just the color palette has changed. It looks like the completely dark red blocks are the blocks you can punch in this one. What are we? Are we probably about halfway through the game now? Because I think I read that it had 16 stages, so that this is 2-4, then there's got to be, it's got to go up to 4-4, and that's probably about it. Okay, I'm kind of big. I don't know how I'm gonna get through that. So, all right, I got it. Using those classic platforming skills I've been cultivating since I was 5. Before that, and not so much platforming in my life. Unless you want to count Pitfall. I mean, but Pitfall was really just move left, move right, jump. No platforms or multi-tiered screens or anything like that. Vertically, I mean. I wonder if you can hit him with your, Oh, he blocks it! You sneaky little bastard, you. Oh, you can hit him if you catch him off guard. He looks kind of like, Baby Bowser from the new Mario games mixed with, like, Bullwinkle or something like that. He's got, like, these little antlers just coming out of the top of his head. That's funny. Oh, you got the Spinies. Look at that. They got little spikes in their heads. Whoa. Oh, they just came out of the sky. Just like those guys throwing them down from the sky. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. And this game is really, really impressing me. It's a really well done game. And if you're into the Atari 2600, I definitely recommend you check this out. This is a really nice homebrew to have in your collection, I think. It's especially great for all the people that kind of grew up with Super Mario Brothers. The NES was like my first, like, I don't know, like I kind of explained earlier, my big system and that I just kind of obsessed over. My parents had a VCS 2600 before we got the NES. So my very first few years of video gaming were with the VCS, and I have good memories of that, and it's a really fun system. I still love going back to it. But you know, for me, like, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this story. But, it's just great to see, that first generation of games I really just clamored for as a kid. You know, playing on a VCS. It's so cool. Oh, that was awful. I tried, getting into that gap to the right, and it didn't work, so... It seems like if you are trying to fit Big Mario through those little gaps, you have to be running really fast. Holding the run button, basically. Otherwise, he's gonna be too big to get through. Let's try it again. Yep. I had to run. Whoa! Forgot they respawn. And the yellow blocks disappear. It's probably one of the only problems I've really found so far with this, is if there's a yellow block on the screen, if you move off screen, it disappears. But all the other blocks you've broken come back. I think it should kind of be the other way around, but I can't complain. This game is, from what I understand, this game pretty much is taking up all the memory possible. Even with, I think, I don't know if the 2600 can do like bank switching. I'm sure it can. I'm not a programmer. All I can really say is what I read on the forums through visiting places like Atari Age. And but I read the huge thread over at Atari Age for this game, and the person that made it basically said he's maxed out the cartridge. So there's really no room for tweaking anything else. So, I mean, I can't complain. I think this is really, really cool as it is. I mean, it's super playable. I mean, it's just, you've got your classic Mario style, traditional Mario style platforming elements. I mean, you've even got the thwomps, which is just something I was not expecting. For one, they're not even in the original Super Mario Brothers. I mean, they didn't come out till Super Mario Brothers 3, so... Oh, that was bad. So, I mean, just what I'm seeing here is really blowing me away. Slow down! Once you get multiple objects moving, it starts to slow down. And that's kind of funny. I'm really surprised there's really not any flicker or anything like that. A lot of homebrews I've seen, there's a lot of flicker. Whoa! I don't know if that has to do with like the refresh rates or maybe some programming trick or something. But yeah, this game actually really has no flicker until you get to the stage screen when it tells you what level you're at. Oh yeah, the spring, that's right. Oh, I jumped over the flagpole. That was always one of those rumors back in the day with the original Super Mario Brothers, was the game was designed to where even if you made like your best jump, you would hit the very top of the flagpole. You would never go over it. Not until either using Game Genie or playing the original Japanese sequel to Super Mario Brothers, which never came out over here until much later on the Super Nintendo. But it's kind of funny that you can go over the flagpole in this one. I didn't think you'd be able to, because some of the other ones were kind of laid out to where you couldn't. Like, you know, you'd hit the top and that was your maximum. Whoa, that was close. Some tricky level designs. I can really appreciate this. Oh, you can't appreciate that though. That's bad. But yeah, I mean, considering the system's limitations, I think there's actually some really solid level design here. I mean, you have to be half decent at platforming from what I can tell. I mean, take your time, but you can't take that much time because of just how the game is, you know, it's timing you, so. Oh, boss fight. I don't like how they mix up the boss fight rooms. That's really, really clever. Nice work again. Oh, and you can't touch him when he's like that? Ugh. Alright. Okay. Spawns me right back here. Well, we already been playing for half an hour. Got him. And I think this is going to be our last set of levels, and then that's it. That last set was actually pretty tricky, so if this is the final set, then... Uh-oh. Platforms. Can we run? Oh, you can do it! Just like in the... That's awesome. Those gaps actually look like they were too big to just scale across like that, but... Nope, it worked. Just like in the original game. It's just great to see how many things he was able to replicate here. Like, the physics in the original Super Mario Brothers was actually kind of what made the game what it was. I mean, it had great fun gameplay, but it was being able to just run across gaps like this that, I mean, I hadn't played a game previously that could do that, and so it's great that he was able to kind of duplicate that in this game. Oops. For some reason I thought it shot me back to the very beginning, but... Oh, that was... I kept holding the run button. That was bad. Yeah, level design is definitely getting more tricky. Whoa! I almost thought I wasn't going to make that jump, but then I held the run button right at the last time. I'm going to have to bust out a 2600 controller when I'm done with this video, just to try it out. I'm sorry, 2600 joystick. Oh, that was... Oh, game over. Okay, yeah. I don't know if it's unlimited continues or if I'm just missing some kind of quirk. Oh, that was close. I almost made that mistake I made the first time I got there. Oh, that was... Oh, why did I do that? Ah, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Oh! Yeah, let off the run button. Yeah. That's half my problem, is just holding run all the time. Ah! And just moving too fast. Oh, what? I was trying to run off the platform and he just kind of did a Castlevania where you walk off the platform and you just go scoop, and you just go straight down. I was expecting him to sort of just kind of fall off smoothly at an angle, but nope. Oh, that was... Man, that... Sometimes the piranha plant's there, sometimes it's not. This game definitely requires you to ease your way in, take your time, analyze the scenario, because what might be happening one time might not actually happen the next time. How many lives do I have? This might be my last life. I might have to do this whole thing over again. Yeah, one life. I don't know if that means I'm on my last life or if I have one left. Yeah, every game's different when it comes to that. Whoa! Oh, jeez. The only... Oh, yep, that if you have one left, that means it's your last life. Alright, let's do this again. The only other issue I have, I guess, is that Big Mario seems like he's too big. Like, God, he's like 3 times the size of regular Mario. I mean, I guess that's kind of the same way in the original Mario. Or is he only twice as big in the original Mario? I don't know. The original Super Mario. But some of those gaps you have to jump through are just really, really tight, and Big Mario is really big, and so it's tough to get through them. Oh, jeez, man. If you watch the footage, he kind of like scooted up for like a block, went up, and scooted over again in this kind of choppy manner, and that's what killed me. But I wasn't holding anything different on the controller. I was just holding right. So it looks like there are going to be some instances when you play this game that you kind of get gypped sometimes. I mean, again, maybe it's my controller, but, I don't know. Just wait. Oh, man. It'd be fun to see somebody speedrun this game. Just, like, keep running and jumping and don't stop. Well, that makes life easier, just jumping on the bullet bills. Oh! Guys, I slipped off the platform. But that was my fault, because I held the run button. See, no bullet bills this time. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's bad. I kind of actually don't want Big Mario. Because to a degree, it makes certain platforms a lot harder to navigate. It looks like I made it through that part, so... Whoa! Double whoa, that was really slippery. I kind of slipped. Oh, God, it's so slippery. Man, earlier on in the game, I'm like, well, if you just take your time and inch your way through, you should be fine. And I'm just like, ignore everything I said before. Just like that. Man. Alright, we'll try this again. You literally have to just inch your way over. Oh! Oh, come on, man! Really? I'll take it. I got it. Is this the last level? It's a tough little game. I mean, even with the Sega Genesis controller, it's just the way, like, the world reacts to your movements and the way you move from pressing your buttons. It's hard to explain. But it's definitely making it a fairly tricky experience, so... Whoa. Really? Some really tricky platforming now. I see how it is. Alright. Alright. Nothing a little old, a little bit of some, classic Mario expertise can't handle, though. That's still... Man. Yeah. Oh, great. Ugh. Big Mario is big. Whoa. Too slippery. Okay, that's not cool at all, actually. I don't know how you're supposed to get through that. With Big Mario, anyway. Alright. It's the boss fight. Now there's a hole in the center. But I think I know what I'm gonna do. Sucker! Oh, that was bad. I beat him, though. I knew exactly what I was gonna do the second I saw those platforms up there. Just let him jump over. Oh, that's funny. You get the princess. Oh, man. I think that's it, guys. I think that's probably the end of the game. I don't know if it's gonna, like, reset me or anything like that. Well, put me back in 1-1. Oh, I see. Enemies are faster. And it puts the shelled guys, or the hard-shelled guys, at me. I don't know if I read correctly, but on the forum, I could have sworn I read that he had put one hidden stage in this game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I read that he thought about putting a hidden stage in, but ran out of room on the cartridge and he couldn't. So we can kind of experiment how a speed run would be. Let's try it out, guys. Let's try it. Speeding through, trying to anyway. Whoa, and the platform got smaller. So that's really cool. He's made the second loop more difficult. Although it doesn't look like your score carries over, which is kind of disappointing. That would be cool if you can loop it and your score carries over. That would be really, really nice. Oh! Alright guys, well I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it up here. Again, this is Princess Rescue for the Atari 2600. Really cool homage to the classic Super Mario Brothers. I mean, again, I've said this a dozen times in this video, maybe more. I never would have expected to be playing this game on the VCS or 2600. It's really cool. 16 stages. I'd say a good, at least half of them are pretty difficult. And it'll take you some, I don't know. It'll probably take you a little bit of time to get used to it. And again, some of the movement is a little quirky. But I think that's just, I mean, what would you expect from a 2600 game? I mean, of this scale. I mean, just, or on this scale. It's just, it's crazy, and it's awesome. Again, you can buy this game at Atari Age if you guys want to check it out. The cartridge with manual will run you about $30 plus shipping, so maybe $33.50 or $35 or something like that after shipping. And again, you can pre-order. I think you can pre-order the box copy of the game, which is going to be $50. And so, what you'll get is the cartridge. I'm pretty sure the manual and full printed color box. Really high quality stuff. Atari Age, in my opinion, has some of the highest quality labels you can get for homebrew games. It beats most of what I've seen in other homebrew and I mean, like retro homebrew communities like the NES and things like that. It's really high quality stuff at Atari Age, and yeah, it's good stuff. So check it out. And again, you can just pick this game up from there if you want to look into it. I think Chris Spry, he might have even offered the ROM for download on the forum thread. If you go to the Atari 2600 forum, what am I talking about? I can't even talk straight. It's late, and I haven't gotten any sleep the last few nights, so I apologize if I've been stuttering through this whole video, not talking straight, but super tired right now. But if you go to the Atari Age forums, there's actually, if you go to the 2600 section, and there will be a thread for Princess Rescue. And it's actually a really, really long thread. I think it pretty much chronicles the entire development process. I remember him posting pictures of this game, just like trial pictures, long time ago. So it's a really long thread. You can actually follow it there, and he might even have a ROM to download there. Most of these homebrews are usually offered up for free. And then they'll make cartridge versions for the Atari Age store, or they'll make the cartridges themselves and sell them in the marketplace there or something like that, or on their own website. But this is actually available in the Atari Age store. But you might want to check the forum thread. There might actually be a free ROM. You could play it in emulation. The picture will actually be better in emulation, or better than basically the RF or coax signal that I'm using right now. Or if you have an AV mod of 2600, and I don't even need to talk about that, because if you have an AV mod of 2600, you've already got the Harmony cart, and you've already got the you've already got what you need. I don't even need to talk to you. You're far more Atarian than I am. I just have my lowly non-heavy 6 switch hooked up to an old VCR, and I'm playing with the cartridge. I do have a Harmony cart though, and I need to load up ROMs to it now that I have the 2600 out. I think I'm probably finally going to do that, even though I've had that cartridge for almost a year now and I haven't really played around with it. So, but again, guys, Princess Rescue, you've seen the entire game from start to finish. You saw my trials and tribulations. It's a little bit tricky, but I mean, you just saw me beat it on basically my first playthrough, so took me a couple continues, but I think if I run through it again, which I'll probably actually do after, wrapping up this video, I might actually be able to see, well, I'm going to see how far I can get without continuing or anything like that. It'll be interesting to see. But, yeah, really cool game, really fun. Check it out. So, anyway, guys, again, I'm Austin. I want to say thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I've got lots of Let's Plays on the way. So, until next time, take care, everybody.